Hi, welcome to the second tutorial of the MVC application. Basically, in this tutorial, we'll explain to you how to use the controller section. Basically, the controller one, the only controller we have is the welcome, which is the main one you see right now when you run the application. Again, this is a fresh install. So let's go to the create a new controller. Let's call this controller say hi.php. So the first thing you want to do is check for the constant base path. If it's not declared, probably somebody accessing through the URL, so we don't want them to do that. Now the class name must be the same as the file name. So we have say hi. The file name is say hi. Now the file name always has to be lowercase, but the class name doesn't really matter because PHP is case insensitive. So we have the public function index.php. Let's echo hi. Now index.php, it's always called whenever this controller is called. So let's call this controller, the one we just created, say hi. This is the controller. It says hi. Let's say we want to access another function through this controller, public function by echo by. To access this function, you'll just append it to the URL and you just type by. Now it says by. Now another thing you could do is make sure that this say hi controller is always called the main one. So you just go to the configs file. This is basically the only file you need to change, and you just change it here, say hi. Now it's always gonna load say hi, the main controller. See? It says hi. Now here's the trick. With the main controller, you won't be able to use the sub function. Let's say if you do by, it wouldn't work because it will treat by as the controller name. Now if you say hi and then you say by, now that'll work. But to be the main controller, the only thing that gets initialized is the index. And then these, you would actually have to specify the controller name. Now another thing you need to do is to extend the main controller. This main controller has all the functions, all the loading methods, almost every single that you need to use on the system. Now, a good practice is to construct the main controller construct in the current controller construct. So let's call the constructor right now. Actually, now you have all the functions. So let's do this here. Say hi by. Let's do this here. Let's do a for loop, show you how you could actually get the segments, or actually while loop x is not null. X will start as 0. Echo this segments x. Okay, this is a method in the main control that gets you the each segment, like index.php being a 0, say hi is going to be 1, and so on. So basically right now we have this here. Just make sure we have to increment. You don't want to go on a infinite loop. So right now we'll have the index.php say hi by, we could add as many stuff. It should always be loaded automatically. This is basically it, you know. I'll show you in other tutorials how you could actually call the database models, the viewers, how you load helpers and plugins. But for now, this is basically how a controller actually works. Just make sure it's always in the controller folder. Make sure the file name is always lowercase and the class name is the same as the file name. Thank you for listening.